I'm Lisa Carberg. Welcome to Money Wisdom, sponsored by Johnson Brunetti. We're educating you about smart ways to manage your money. And joining us is Eric Hogarth, certified financial planner and Johnson Brunetti partner. Eric, welcome.
Good to be back.
So we've got a great topic today. So often you hear that the individual must be responsible for their own retirement now, and such a different mindset than it was years ago. So why have things changed so much with retirement?
So we hear about Social Security all the time, which we'll get into, and the changes there. But a big one are pensions. You know, if we look 50 years ago, a lot of employers, I don't know about the majority, but many offered pensions. And even as, you know, people seeing this who've worked for a company for a long time, you're seeing changes in the pensions you have at work. And one of those is, you know, your employer's afraid you're going to retire and then live for 50 years, and they're going to pay you for 50 more years. So what do you do about that pension?
Interesting. All right, we've got some bullet points. Let's talk about, first, pensions are not as common. And what about Social Security? Changes in Social Security.
The goal, right? Let's say there's two of you, and you've both paid into Social Security, or maybe even not, because you can draw a spousal even if you never paid into it. Your family's goal should be to get as much money as possible out of Social Security for you. For some people, that means drawing it early. For some people, it's drawing it later, because how long are you going to live? It's different for everyone. It's not a rule of this is when you take it. But there's a lot of ways to draw it. You might take that spousal benefit. You can no longer file and suspend. And so have a conversation about that. Sit down with some folks and get some input in regards to, well, when are you going to take it? Because that's a big part of anyone's retirement picture.
A lot of people talk about that every day, really. What did you do? Life expectancy increases is our next bullet point. So talk about that.
Well, let's frame it this way. So back when Social Security was introduced, you had to be 65 years old to draw your benefit. If you were born that year, your life expectancy was 64.
Ooh.
You weren't even supposed to make it. Now, if you hear about someone passing away at 64, it's tragic. It's young. People live to 80, 90, 100. You know, so you have to anticipate that, as well as you have to be getting growth. Because some of the money you need today, of course, some of it you will need later. So you have to have a strategy and a plan.
Okay, and then healthcare costs. Of course, that's a big deal. Healthcare expenses, they seem to, of course, get higher as we get older.
Yeah, whatever age you're going to be when you retire, whether it's health insurance or what's Medicare going to look like for us, or even ultimately long-term, you know, do you need long-term care? And maybe you don't, but you need to have a plan, because the biggest risk a lot of folks have to running out of money is that enormous cost of care, which we hope doesn't happen, but could, so we have to plan for it.
Okay, you have an offer with you today, the Retirement Planning Checklist. Tell us about this.
The Retirement Income Planning Checklist. So this is something, you can get it on our website. Go to moneywisdomtv.com. And it is a checklist that goes down, well, if you're about to retire, you're thinking about retiring, and maybe you already are, did you do this? Did you do this? Did you do this? So again, it's moneywisdomtv.com, and we'll get it to you. And it's helpful so that you know you're on the right track.
And you say it's super popular, right?
It is very popular, because it is
a hot item.
It's peace of mind that you're in a good place.
Nice. Eric, thank you so much. Eric Hogarth from Johnson Brunetti. To learn more, go to moneywisdomtv.com.